Hello and welcome to the next video in our vaping series. I am the Worm, this is Mr. Proton. Today we're going to be doing the Viv Nova, STV Nova, is there any other names for it? Version 2?
It is a V, all of them are version 2s.
Version 2, there we go.
I think that's a 2.5 actually, the STV. I think they're 2.5s. I don't know what difference that is, but it's some difference.
This is the STV Nova?
That's the STV, yeah.
Yeah, this is I've got two of these. Mr. Proton's also got this one, which is how it comes in a very nice box.
This is the standard Viv Nova.
But they all come in this box.
Kit.
All the kit, yeah. Comes like that, and that's the clear one.
And somewhere, there it is, over here. This is the standard Nova in a kit that I've put a metal tank on, black metal tank, love it.
But you obviously can't see the juice in that.
Yeah, that's
the only downfall.
Get onto the downfall of that straight away is that you can't see the juice. Like with the STVs, you've got that portal and you can't see the juice. The only thing point out straight away about the STVs is this is basically what the STV is that clear Nova, normal one with a poly. I think it's polypropylene. I hope it's polypropylene tank.
Yes,
and it's basically got a metal sleeve that's got rubberized paint on it. It's not. I didn't know what to expect, but I kind of expected a metal tank, and they'd somehow bonded some windows into it. I suppose in a way I'm glad they're not, because I imagine one day them windows would just pop out if that was the case. But yeah, that's what you should expect. It's a polypropylene tank, hopefully, or polycarbonate, hopefully not, with a sleeve and rubberized paint. Looks nice though. Does look good.
They look beautiful. Basically, with the STV, they all come apart the same. Got your drip tip at the top, comes out, pops out. Got a screw fin at the top, screw fin at the bottom.
I did tighten that.
Yeah, so that's all done. That's your top, which obviously your drip tip goes into and creates the seal at the top. That's your tank. This is your top with your atomizer on top, which will take off like that. Which you do get 3 of these with your, if you buy the kit. You get 2.4 in there. You can also get a 1.8 and a 2.8 in the actual velvet sponge thing.
It's quite a nice little presentation case.
It is very nice.
It's cool. It depends on what you're running it on. If you're just using a standard 3.7 pass-through standard Ego or something, the 1.8s will work lovely. The 2.4s will work just fine. The 2.8s might stretch it a bit too far to give you the best performance, but it will eventually heat it up and vaporise it. Recommend 1.8 at ease. For those of you who don't know, and I don't know if there are some of you out there that don't know that are watching this video or not, the ohmage of your atomizer is basically the relation as to how much voltage it's going to need to heat it up to get to that certain point, or how quickly those coils are going to light. Everyone's got their own preference. I prefer doing it quick, getting it vaporising. Some people prefer the sort of the longer route and 2.5 ohms on a 3.7. If you've got a mod or a variable voltage device, then obviously you can basically use every 80 head in there. For 2.8, I think it's nice around about 4.4 volts, and that's the highest one. I mean, the 2.4 will work around about 4.4 volts, but you're on that very, very thin line between lovely stuff and a burnt taste.
And blowing your atomizer.
Possibly blowing your atomizer with too much heat, yeah. So it's just something to bear in mind. If you are going to buy one of these and you're only using a standard Ego battery, they might struggle with the 2.8, but you have got to factor that into when it comes to cost as well. I mean, I bought this standard Viv Nova. That's from libertyflights.co.uk, and that was for the kit, I believe, $11.99, and that comes with the clear tank and nothing else. I then bought this replacement metal tank for it, which I think was another $2.99. So for 15 quid, I got, well, it was about 13, so I had a discount code, but I got the metal tank, I got the standard Nova, so I've got a spare tank in case something does happen to that, or I want to use a clear one, and I've got 3 atomizer heads. Compare that to something like the Vision replaceable or the V3. It's $6.50 for your standard replaceable with 180 head installed. 2 more 80 heads is going to bump that price up to £11.50. In comparison, the Nova to the V3, 50p difference. Well worth paying, in my opinion. The STVs, which are those ones, we got from vaporscape.co.uk. We'd been using, we only had one between us, obviously mine, but you'd had a go, and kind of liked it. We was that confident in it, we actually ordered 4 STVs in one hit. We got a 10% discount code on that, which is ECR69 for vaporscape.co.uk. Service there is brilliant. They're not bad company at all.
And they were a little bit cheaper. They come to just under a tenner with the 10% discount code.
Yeah, they were $10.95 standard. So even without a discount, they were cheaper than Liberty Flights. And that, bear in mind, that's the STV with a portal and a nice case. Not
it does come in a variety of colours as well. You can get it in red,
yellow, blue. There's a gold, I believe. There's a silver. So you can match your battery and mod or whatever with the colour of your preference, which is cool.
Plus, you can buy the actual spare tanks of these as well.
I think they're $2.99 from Vaporscape. You can also buy actually from Vaporscape these metal ones if that's what you like, and now I think they're the same price, $2.99. And you can also buy, if you did like this one, which some of you may do, if you do like that one, but you think it would be nice if you had it in sort of a V3 style translucent black or translucent blue, you can get those as well, and I think they're about £2, £2.50. So Vaporscape wicked for customising your Nova to make it just what you want it to be, as well as the fact that they sell a load of drip tips and stuff on there as well.
Standard 510 drip tip in there.
Standard 510 drip tip, standard 510 connection on the bottom. Worm's actually got a plinth because he's using a Vision spinner, which again, vaporscape.co.uk, and that was 20.
It's that bit there.
Yeah, you'll take it off.
If I take it off.
But that was $23.99 for
give me
the
another
spinner.
battery over, man, and show you the comparison. Then.
Yeah, $23.99 for the spinner. They do the plinth there as well, I believe, and that's $2.99.
Yeah.
And then you've got your Nova as well.
So that's it without the plinth, and that's it with the plinth.
It blends it nice. It does blend it nice, and another advantage is you can unscrew that plinth to meet either the bottom of the battery or the bottom of the Nova, which tightens or loosens your drawer up. The Novas they're slightly looser than the V3, isn't they?
Yeah.
They're not miles looser, but they're slightly looser than the V3. So if you like that V3 style drawer, you can alter it with the plinth. And for the sake of £2, it just does look nice. You've got to bear in mind the spinners are a thick battery in comparison to things like the Ego Twist, and especially in comparison to things like the 650 mile pass-throughs and 1,000 mile pass-throughs. So the Nova is a bit wider than those. Nova, I believe, is an 18 millimetre in diameter, and the spinner, I think, is 15, 16, something like that.
But this plinth can be used for anyone that's got like a standard 510 connection on the bottom.
Eye clear, you can also use it. This is what it's actually made for. It's made for one of these Smoktech DCTs.
Shall I bang that on?
You can chuck it on if you like.
Just to see if it's...
It should fit slightly better, but I mean, around the edge you'll have about a 1/4 mil lip with the Nova. But that's what it's made to go with. And I mean, factor all that into account. If you haven't actually bought anything yet, a spinner for $24.99, a charger for $5.99 or $4.99, so that's $29.
That's a 1300 milliamp one as well.
1300 mAh, all the way
smaller, and it's a little bit thicker, a bit more girth.
3.2 to 4.8, so you'd be able to cope with all those heads. And an Nova as well, bottle of juice, delivery. You could get yourself vaping nicely for well over a month before your juice run out, and everything else will still be fine for about £50. I know there's start kits out there. Personally, I prefer to put stuff together yourself. That way you get the best of every sort of product combined into one kit, as opposed to something that's good combined with something that's not too bad and all that kind of stuff. I can't actually remember what we were talking about. We are not great at this remembering shit. Well, I'm not anyway. You got any idea what we're talking about?
We're talking about Vivi Nova, mate.
Well, yeah.
And vaping.
We might as well go on back. Did you talk about filling it? Filling it is nice and easy. If you've used the V3, watched the video on the V3, you'll know that you take the top off, which is what we've done there. Obviously, you keep your drip tip attached to the top. And then you pour it to a 45-degree angle and pour it down the sidewall. The advantage with this is it's got a lovely big sidewall. So stay clear of that central tube, obviously. And then you can just straight down the side. You can see how full it is with the STVs. With my metal tank, you kind of have to watch it in a little bit more. And then you screw it back up, and that's a job done.
We recommend going no higher than where the atomizer screws into the actual main shaft, which obviously supplies your connection. That seems to be the perfect amount to fill it.
About 3 mil underneath the viewing window. I mean, if I was going to recommend what one to buy, all accounted for, I'd recommend the STV. I do like my metal tank. I like the fact that I could probably throw it out of a window and it'd be okay. Maybe the drip tip might crack, but it'd be okay. But you can't see what's going on in there, and that is a disadvantage. Because until I get a dry hit, I think I must be low on juice. And I look down there, and usually it's wicked all the way to the bottom. These wicks wick really, really well for a clearomizer, really well. Dry hits are few and far between. Over wicking something that I've never experienced with an over, and I've been using one for a month. Have you had a bit of over wicking earlier, did you?
I had a little bit over it earlier, but I think that might have been where I overfilled it.
There you go.
So that I've had more my own problem than the actual device itself.
Cleaning this thing. If you've watched the V3 video...
Let's start from our little list of...
I wasn't even going to get onto the list yet.
Well, yeah, because it's part of maintenance, isn't it? Cleaning. Don't give me your...
Okay. Also,
moving on, and then also.
No, you were moving on. I was busy. TotallyWicked.co.uk-eliquid or TotallyWicked-eliquid.co.uk. Sorry, I'm completely rubbish. They sell these STVs, exactly the same kit, and they're $14.99. So you're knocking nearly a £5 off before discount codes with Vaporscape. So if you haven't looked at Vaporscape, do take a look around their website. They've got a lot of stuff on there that's nice. And they seem more than competitively priced with every other company that we use. The spinners were the same price as Liberty Flights.
Not very good for e-liquid.
I wouldn't say not very good.
But it wasn't as good as other places.
You've got no, they haven't got as much variety, but you have
They're
got to bear in
more
mind
about mods and the kit.
Yeah, but we have got to bear in mind that we don't actually buy e-liquid, so we can't say not very good because we don't take delivery of it. So
no, but we've looked all throughout the website, and they haven't got as much e-liquid. That's what you're also looking to do, a bulk order of everything.
But it is cheaper.
You might want to shop round.
It is cheaper, e-liquid on Vaporscape.
But if you're looking for buying stuff for your mods and all your batteries and all that kind of stuff, definitely a good site to check out.
Yeah. I mean, they sell a bit. It's not like if you go to something like Safer Sigs that kind of concentrates more on the mods and more on the rebuildables. I mean, they sell other stuff, but it seems their main focus is on mods and rebuildables. Safer Sigs, good for all that stuff if that's what you want to look at as well. Not that other websites aren't. Liberty Flight seems to do a bit of everything. Vaporscape seems to have a bit of everything, but everything's a bit more relevant to what you actually want. I mean, Liberty Flights sell like the Z-Max and all that kind of stuff, but I got a Vamo from Vaporscape and it's half the price of the Z-Max. I did a lot of reviewing and stuff and people saying the Vamo's just as good. I don't doubt there are certain things that are different about them, but they're definitely a good site to check out and they are incredibly helpful. I'll say with the iClear 30 and the whole tank crack and stuff, they did piss me off a little bit, but I've got their emails on my phone, and if I have any issues, I literally just reply. I just literally reply to an email that they sent me a while ago saying, yeah, by the way, la 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 la, or can I do this or can I do that? For example, the other day I've got an XTAR VP2 charger and a Vamo. The Vamo's got configurations of different batteries, and it takes an 18650, one 18350, or two 18350s. Now the charger comes with two spaces. You need to use both of those spaces to charge those little batteries. I wanted to know whether you could stack the batteries to charge them, because you can stack them to use them, so I thought, it kind of makes sense. But I thought I won't do it until I know, and I messaged Jason at Vaporscape and said, can I do this? And within about 10 minutes I got a reply saying, no, you might cause one of them to vent. So they are helpful. I'm not saying bombard them with questions, because I'm sure they have got jobs to do, but they do seem more than happy to help out their customers with queries and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Vaporscape, and if you haven't used them, check them out. They're good.
Well, we're going to get back to the Vivi Nova now.
Should we show about vapes?
We'll do that when we get to 4, really, which is favourite production, aren't we? We are just winging this. We don't know what we're doing. We are just fools on camera. Looks and overall appearance. The STV looks amazing. There is no other word for it. It is a 10. It looks good.
Yeah, the STV is a 9.5. Nothing's perfect.
Such a minge.
Well, I wish I could have the metal tank with the viewing windows. That would be a 10. But the STV and this, they're 9.5s. That's the metal tank one, just in case you can't see. They are 9.5s, purely because I want the best of both worlds. I want it to be rubberised, I want to be able to see. And I want the ruggedness of this, so you're never going to get it, but they're 9.5s. They're basically as high as I'm willing to give anything for looks. The clear one, how it comes, it's not bad looking, it's just not my thing. I prefer, if you watch the V3 video, I prefer them in black. So I'd say that's still an 8.5 out of 10. It's still a good looking thing, it's just not quite as good looking as the STVs, and for £1 more, don't be tight. And you get to choose your colour, so if you don't like it in black, get it in pink or purple or blue or yellow or gold. Or
he's got 7 in pink at home.
I don't rep them at home in pink, I take that stuff out with me in pink. Check it.
Usability. They are very easy to use, very easy to fill, very easy to clean. The usability is amazing. It's a 9 for usability. They do what they're meant to do, and they
do it well.
Yeah, they don't give you any problems.
Yeah, I will definitely agree with that. Usability, like I say, with never having liquid in my mouth, the only thing I've had is where if you like me and you vape like a steam train at times, some of it may condense where it's left in the drip tip, and you get, I'd say, probably a tenth of a drop of liquid on your lips, and that's recondensed liquid, so it's not even like it's really nicotine liquid, it's just the vapour sort of recondensed, so it doesn't taste anywhere near as bad. Usually I vape raspberry quite a lot, and it does taste like raspberry, so I'm like, surprise. But that is literally the only thing I've got to say about this that's bad. And an occasional dry hit, so you might need to do that once in a blue moon. But again, you move around when you're vaping, so you probably won't ever have to do it because it needs to happen so rarely because it wicks so well. So usability for me, and the fact that it's easier to clean than the V3. It's sorry, that's one thing I do want to point out now. I remember when you clean it, obviously you can remove the silicone cap to get the water down the tube, down the atty. Where's the empty one, Minge? Have you got it on your? No, I've got it. Basically, on these the atty heads, I know I'm rabbiting, but whatever. You see there the silicone cap. Of that silicone cap, one side is completely flat, another side is like a well. Make sure that well is facing upwards and outwards. You're looking down at the well, and the flat bit is on top of the attic. It's just how it's designed to be, otherwise you might get flooding. I haven't had it, but I have seen videos, people saying they have had it, and that's been the reason why they stuck the silicone back on the wrong way. User error. But, as is, no problem at all. Usability for me, the 10, definitely.
Maintenance. There is no maintenance. They unscrew, they screw back together. They don't flood, they wick well. There is nothing to maintain. Just clean it out once a week, or if you're changing flavour, as you would with any other device. Maintenance is a 10.
I conclusively agree with that. There is nothing more to say. They are as easy, if not easier, because they're wider to clean and dry and use and enjoy than as well as any other Atomizer is. So yeah, maintenance is definitely a 10.
Vapor and flavour production. Flavour and production. Flavour's it's better. It's slightly better than the V3. It's not miles, but it is better, and it's nice. It's a smooth, consistent flavour all the time, all the way down to the bottom of the juice. The production of the vapour is amazing. It's a 9. I can't give it a 10 because it's not dual coil and it's not producing that floods or what you're getting from dripping atomizers and the higher stuff you're paying 50 quid for, but it is a 9 for its price.
Yeah, flavour. Let's try with vapour. Vapour is brilliant. The vapour of I've been using this recently, which is a Atomizer, and I kind of sit and think the vapour of this is slightly better. It feels slightly thicker, and then I put this back on and I use it, and I think it's not. It's on par, and that is a dual coil 1.5 ohm Atomizer. It's not a Bogue. It's just a Smoktech, which aren't quite as good as the Bogue, so I haven't tried them. But the vapour is brilliant. It really is good. It's like you are like a fog machine. So vapour for me is definitely a 9, peaking 9.5 for a Atomizer. And versus a Atomizer equal 9.5. But you compare it to something like a Genesis tank or whatever, they do give off more, but they're going to. You have to work a lot more for them. Flavour. I've used, like I said, I've used Cartos, I've used V3s, I've used iClears, I've used Novas, and flavour for me, this is still the best flavour, I think. The Cartos give a nice flavour, it's a good flavour, and on certain juices I don't doubt it's better. But for the juice I'm using at the minute, I've just been vaping them back to back, and it's hard to put your finger on, but it's a little bit more crisp, it's a little bit cleaner from the Nova than it is from the Atomizer I'm using. It's not the first Atomizer I've used. So flavour at these things is a 9. Again, I think the only way you're going to improve on a Nova is going to a Genesis or a dripping atomizer or an atomizer, maybe. I don't know, I haven't used an atomizer. So that's the only way I think you're going to improve on this Nova.
So it's a 9. Overall rating, can't be it. It has to be a 9.5. I don't think you can get a 10 because, yeah, I can't give a 10 to something, but it's a 9.5. It does everything you want it to do and more. No problems, works great, looks great. What can you say? It's a 9.5.
My overall rating, all considered and everything considered, and that's putting it up against these big Genesis style tanks, I am gonna give this a 10. I don't care. This thing is this is the bee's knees. It really is. It looks really good. The size may be slightly of a downfall for some people, but I'm using a Vamo, and in comparison, it's not. You can take your drip tip out, put your own drip tip in. It never leaks. It never floods. It wicks really well. Occasional roll, not an issue. The vapour's brilliant. The flavour's brilliant. They are cheap. They're 10 quid with 380 heads. Buying 380 heads alone costs you £7.50, which effectively makes the cost of this drip tip, metal, STV, tank, and prong and everything else £2.50. You can't even buy a fucking Happy Meal for that. So you can't buy a Happy Meal for that. So yeah, everything considered, wicked. I don't doubt you might be able to do a bit better for flavour or a bit better for vapour, but this is meant to be a bit better, and I say it's at times it's slightly better. But you have got to bear in mind that this is a Atomizer. I've got to prime this. I've got issues with this. They're not issues, but there are problems that this has that the Nova doesn't. You just, oh, there goes my tip. And if I shake that too much when it's attached to my mod, I've covered everything in liquid. Just, what more can you say? For ease of use and all things considered, I have, do, and will continue to recommend this. As far as I'm concerned, other clearamizers are living in this thing's shadow, and once you've lived with and tried one of these, I don't think you're going to want something else. To be honest with you, I don't think you will. Yeah, overall, this rating, this thing's a bloody 10. All things considered, it just is wicked. It really is. Try it if you haven't already. You will love it. I promise you that.
Don't order one, order 3 minimum.
Yeah. Well, I'd say order 2, but yeah, just a couple of STV cases sets with a discount. It's going to cost you 20 quid, and if you are like us and you've spent a bit of money on different bits and bobs and whatever else,
20 quid ain't going to matter, is it?
One, another 20 quid's not going to matter, but two, I think it's probably going to be the best 20 quid you've spent.
Or $40.
I don't even think it. We're in recession at the minute, so I think £20 is now about $3. So yeah, for you it's a lot cheaper than us. No, I think 20 quid's about $35 now. I don't think so.
But plus delivery on top of that, depending on what delivery
you
is.
have to pay delivery in the UK, you penis.
Oh, whatever. It's some money.
Yeah, American sites. If you are American, we don't actually know. I think that will ship.
To be safe, it's
America.
$40.
Yeah, if you, yeah,
at most, that's what you're going to pay at most.
If you're from the UK, you'll have to ship them internationally, but I don't doubt you've got your own sites that sell these out there, guys, and they probably work out slightly cheaper.
You've probably got more colours than us because there's a lot. We've looked at a few American websites and they do sell a lot more range than our UK sites. So you can probably get it in. You can probably get it to sing and whistle to you while you're doing it.
It's not that we can't get the stuff.
I did watch one video which he had one that did actually sing to him when he vaped. So maybe you can get one listening to him.
Personally, I can't think of anything worse than that, but with the amount I vape, it wouldn't shut up. But yeah, really, guys, go and get them. Actually, saying that, in our last video we did, which was the iClear 30, we mentioned a guy who commented and subscribed to us. So yeah, cheers for that.
His name is
Headlight Dog. I know you said that the iClears were good. We mentioned you in the end of the last video. Just fucked up on your name. We've got YouTube in front of us, so Headlight Dog. Yeah, big up to you, mate. Cheers for subscribing and stuff. I hope you are enjoying these videos. And it's like a personal message, isn't it?
I do actually want to know if you actually watched the whole hour-long one.
Yeah, that is something. Please leave a comment on this or the hour-long video or something. Let us know if you watched the entire thing. If so,
we will do another one.
You must have been incredibly bored. I mean, to be honest with you, I've watched it through, and it's all right. But that's because it's us. If you're actually saying that, would you give us an opinion, basically? Did you find us helpful in any way, shape or form, or were we just
idiots? Would you prefer another hour-long review of something when most of the time we're just basically flapping?
Not that we've got that much more. I don't think we could fill another hour.
Oh, we could fill another hour about what sites we go on, what we're checking out. Now, we can actually even do it live. We just sit here, we'll put it on, and we will just go around, and you can just see us flapping about.
I tell a lie, we could try and re-wick the Arga for you. That will be a 4-hour-long video.
We're just dropping and throwing it at the wall.
Yeah,
and then me going, "Oh, come on, I'll give it a go," and then do it on first time.
And it doesn't work. It mildly worked. But yeah, no, big up to you, mate, for subscribing to us and checking these videos out. I've noticed you've commented on every video we've done so far, so you must be liking something. I'm not sure what it is, but
must be your ginger beard. Or my ginger beard.
My beard's been shaved, and it didn't take 1,000 likes, I want to point out as well, if you did make it all over that video. You said 1,000 likes from a shave. I shave regularly-ish. It's designer stubble from the UK, is what it is. We've just spent the last 2 minutes basically talking to you, mate. So, we are grateful that you've subscribed. We are hoping it's not just going to be you watching this video, but hey, if not, and it is just you, then hey, sweet. Whatever.
We'll be giving you personal reviews.
Personal reviews. So yeah, two idiots talking crap. Worm, Proton, big up.